Hi friends, welcome to my channel, A Cup Full of Hope. I'm so glad that you stopped by to share a really quick video about teacher tech tip in 10. I wanted to share just some of these tips because we're being challenged every day in our schools to teach not only our English, our math, our social studies, science standards, but we also have communication standards to meet, and we also have technology standards to meet. And each and every day, we need to think about how to integrate those types of standards into our lessons to meet the 21st century learner. It's not the same schools that I went to or that I even taught in when I first began teaching. So today I'm going to share with you a great digital platform called Padlet. I use this in reading workshop primarily, although I've used it across the curriculum in other areas. But for today, I just want to share with you how I use Padlet in reading workshop, just so that I can show you how reading workshop can go digital. So what I have here is the opening of Padlet. This is my teacher dashboard. When you go to Padlet, you're going to need to make sure you create an account. It's totally free. That's one reason why I love Padlet. And then once you sign in, you will be given a dashboard that looks like this. You're going to notice that these are Padlets that I've created and I have used with my students over the last year. Now, you may think, first of all, what in the world is Padlet? Basically, it's a gigantic bulletin board where students can put virtual sticky notes on. I give my students, still with or without the computers, I give my students sticky notes all of the time and ask them to read their chapter book or read an article or read a nonfiction text and ask them to respond a certain way on a sticky note. And I think teachers are very familiar with that strategy when we are asking our children to respond to reading. This is basically a digital platform for them to read, take a sticky note virtually, and put it on a bulletin board to show what they have learned from their reading. So let me show you an example of what we do in second grade with Padlet. First of all, I'll let you know that we actually each week have a center where my children engage in Padlet, and they are given a Scholastic News. Thank you, Scholastic News, for your great articles that are very high interest to the students. So they read the article that is provided by Scholastic News, and then I post a Padlet with a question. For example, the title of the Scholastic article was called The Smartest Animal, and it says, which animal do you think is the smartest? Tell why you think so using 2 reasons from the text. Now, this is a beginning of teaching children in second grade how to respond to a text and find evidence. As early as third grade in my state, children are expected to be able to answer a text-dependent analysis question as their standardized evaluation from year to year. So I don't want to wait until third grade for my students to have the experience of being given a passage and having to read it and then respond and find evidence and expound on that evidence. So each week they have an article, they have a question that they need to respond to. I only have about 5 children each day work on this Padlet during my reading rotations, during reading workshop. So by the end of the week, every student has responded, and during our share time on Fridays, we sit down, I pull Padlet up on the Promethean board, and we discuss what are some great answers. how can we make our answers better? And a lot of times, even after that share time, I'll ask them to go back into Padlet and see what they could do to kind of freshen up their answers to make it a excellent answer that I would be proud of and that they feel proud of. You'll notice, like on this particular Padlet, about what animal do you think is the smartest, we went back and we selected a student who did a great job in answering that. Here's some other examples. Two wild friends. How are lions and tigers different? So my objective for this was to show children how to answer a question that is compare and contrast and get them to understand you can't just tell one piece when you're comparing and contrasting. You have to use both objects or both animals to answer the question. You'll notice that when I introduced this to my students, I gave them an example of what I was expecting. So there's my answer. And then we had many who answered well. Some of them did not. So we have some that are still working toward that. Notice that this actually was near the beginning of the year when I gave this. So they're learning. They are learning. Here's another one that they did. This one is toward the end of the year. So toward the end of the year, okay, so this one was toward the end of the year. You'll notice that the answers are becoming a little more complex. I'm so proud of their work. This has been a great way to get children excited about responding to a text. A lot of times when we're asking them to do questions or to respond to a text, they're not very excited about it, but I have found that they were very motivated by this particular platform. And not only that, but it was really great for everybody to see the hard work that they're all producing. And it gives them incentives to really try hard when they know that we're going to look at this work together, we're going to help one another with this, and use it in such a way that it builds us up. So if you're a leader in me school, you're going to understand when I say we're thinking win-win. We're all winners and we're going to win together. I hope you enjoyed the video today. This is one that it goes by really fast. It's just one to kind of show you what's a great platform to use, something that's very simple and easy to implement into the classroom and easy to understand as you're learning how to integrate technology into your curriculum more and more. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you to come back and see what's happening at A Cup Full of Hope.